Welcome, and I am GpaSilverMane. This video is all about Dark Dimension. Alright, let's dive in. No, it's all about Dark Dimension. Definitely go down and like and subscribe. If you like the content, find it helpful, thumbs it up. Get it out to the Marvel Strike Force community on YouTube. Completely free to do. Subscribe to help the channel out. We're going for 1,000 subscribers. I'd like to become a YouTube partner, as well as comment down below if you have any advice or a differing opinion, or you just, you want to comment about something. Feel free. Also, check out our Discord. It's linked in the description below. Now, I did get my booster the other night, and I think we have the flu and all this other good stuff. I'm really winded, tired, hot, warm, sweaty, clammy, all that good stuff. You know what I mean? All that awesome sauce. I'm going to do my best here. I just tried doing this. It took me over 30 minutes, so I'm going to take another run at it, see how we can do here, okay? All right. Here we go. All right. So, Dark Dimension 1, don't worry about it. When you get 6-star characters that you've already invested into, come and beat it. Otherwise, don't even worry about it. This thing does not exist. Now, for Dark Dimension 2, you have to be level 70, gear tier 13, right? And that's quite easy to do because you literally only need one character at G13 to launch it. You're not going to beat it with one character, I don't believe. If you do that, it would just be insane. But Cersei and Icarus, if you have them both and you G13 them first, they're going to be able to start chewing through this for you while you're G13ing, taking other characters to G13 to finish it. They should be able to start chewing through it, if not beat it all by themselves, just the two of them. I don't have any characters currently. So let me go show you at my roster here. The characters I'm going to use is Cersei and Icarus. I'm going to take them, as soon as they hit level 70, I'm going to G13 them and start Dark Dimension 2 with just the two of them. By themselves, they'll be able to put out enough damage for a while. Maybe clear a node or two, or maybe they'll go through it all by themselves. I don't know. I'm pretty sure them two by themselves can clear all of Dark Dimension 2 quite easily. No worries. It might take you a few days or a few attempts, but you'll get through it. Now, if you choose to level other characters, which you should be, obviously you want to build more global, city, and cosmic characters for DD3 and DD4, which I'm going to cover here. You can take any of them to G13 that you're going to use in DD3 and DD4 and use them in DD2. So for me, I'm going to go Cersei and Icarus to G13, then I'd go Shang-Chi for G13, that'd be my 3. And if I have enough gear, I'm going to go G13 on Moon Knight, would be my 4th. And then if I'm still in Dark Dimension 2, I'm going to take Sharon Carter to G13. Now, if I get a Cap Sam or Kestrel, I would take them over Sharon. I'd drop Sharon. She's just not that great by herself without Cap Sam. So Cap Sam is needed to keep her alive, essentially. I'd take Moon Knight over her all day. Honestly, out of every character I have unlocked, those are the 5 I'm going to use. Ghost, Black Widow, Emma, I would take all of them if you don't have Cersei, Icarus, or this. Alright, so I want to jump onto my main and kind of explain it a little bit better here. That was my free-to-play, and I know a lot of people follow that series, and that's what I'm going to use. Your main focus should be Cersei and Icarus. If you don't have them, Shang-Chi, Cap Sam, Kestrel. If you don't have them, your next one would be Emma Frost, Ghost, Sharon Carter, Maria Hill. Those 4 with a Moon Knight. Those 5 will get it done for you, okay? If you don't have Ghost yet at 3 stars, or is he 3-star unlock, you know what I mean? It's all on what characters you have. But looking here, you can use any character that you have unlocked when you get to level 70 on this. And take to G13, 5 of them, or 2 of them, 2 to 5 of them, and you can do Dark Dimension 2, okay? I have Cersei. This is my team right here that I'm going to use currently. Now, if I get a Cap Sam or a Kestrel, I'm going to drop her. And actually, I don't think I'm going to use... She's so leveled already. I don't know. She's leveled on my free-to-play as well. I just got Emma Frost unlocked, and I'd personally rather have Emma Frost than Sharon. That's just me. But, alright, so this is how I have it set up. This is my free-to-play for Dark Dimension 2. Now, as you're going, and you have these characters at G13, and you start building your global and your cosmic team, and you start building your city teams up to G13, G14, G12, and you get some 6-star characters, go and try Dark Dimension 1. Now, obviously, you're going to unlock Ultron and DD2 at 7-star, and if you take him up G12, probably, he'll be able to get you going in DD1. But him by himself, I don't see you getting through it very quick. But just throw 6-star characters that you get, like Moon Knight's going to be 6-star at about 5 months. 4 or 5 months, he'll be 6 stars on my free-to-play. He's 4.5 stars now, so he'll be 6 stars at 5 to 6 months. and I'll be able to do DD1 then. Do not put resources into minions, is what I'm trying to say. DD1 is not important. You're going to want to do DD2, then you're going to go do some of the Doom War to get to the Capsam node and the Yellow Jacket node, and then you're going to go do DD3 as you're ready for it, and then DD4. DD1 will fall in there somewhere. Wherever it falls, do it when you can. You'll have the Doom War campaign, all 4 of them done before you finish Dark Dimension 4, more than likely. So, just bear that in mind. You don't need to even worry about it. Like, when you go to finish Villains 7-1 to get into Nexus and complete it to get into Doom War, there's no rush. DD2 is way more important, and the gear and stuff you get from that's going to help you with going into Doom War, okay? That's how your focus should be. And then as Doom War comes, as you're building for Doom War chapters, and your characters get to 6-star, you'll do DD1. And then once you have your characters up for DD3, you'll do that. Alright, so what I want to do here is show you the characters that are best in slot. Also the characters that you could use if you choose to for DD3 and DD4. Okay? And these characters will go into DD5. They are the best in slot. So essentially you'd want to take, this is your best in slot global team. Okay? Now if you had Doom, you'd put Doom in place of either of these two. You'd put Doom in for DD5. Okay? Obviously, Doom's way better, right? But this is the best in slot. So for DD3 in a perfect world, these are the 5 characters I'm going to have at G14 for G14 for Dark Dimension 3. And then I'm going to take them to G15 for Dark Dimension 4. And then I'm going to take all 5 of them. Well, I'm going to drop one probably. And I'll take my Doom up to G16. And I'll take these characters to G16 for Dark Dimension 5. That's what I'm going to do. Now, the order of priority would be Doom, Capsam. Honestly, I'd probably say Ghost. But you could go Maria or Sharon. If you're not a big Ghost fan, I don't know. As of now, this is the best in slot. You're going to have to do with what you got as for available for characters. So for Dark Dimension 3, you need 3 global characters to start the global lane. So you'll start off doing 3 or 4 nodes with any 3 characters you got at G14. You don't need 5 characters. You only need 3 to start it. And then you'll get to, once you've cleared those nodes, you'll go into a part where it's global. So you'll need 3 global characters, which should be already leveled up, because that should be the ones you used for your first 4 nodes in DD3. And then they'll do the global as well. So you actually get like 8 nodes in out of 16 nodes, and then you'll go to Cosmic and then City, okay? So what you'd want to do is you'd want to go Ghost, Capsam, Emma. Those are the 3 I'd recommend as of priority. If you don't have Capsam, I'd go these 2 personally, and Shuri. I'd go Shuri, Emma, and Ghost would be my 3 to start DD3. Now, once I got these 2 and I got him unlocked, obviously these 3 work well together. These 2 aren't that great without him because they're squishy, and if they get focused down by these characters in Dark Dimension 3 and 4, they're gonna get hurt. Okay. He is the key to them being so great. Mass damage, slows down your enemies. She's really tanky, lives forever. These ones put out a lot of damage, but they need him to make sure they can live long enough to clear nodes and keep going. Okay? This is the best in slot team right here. Now, this is the team I used recently or back in the day. I don't think I had this. The original 3 I used, I think, was Phoenix, Mr. Sinister, and then Ghost. And then Emma come along, and then Capsam. I might have used, you can use any of these characters, essentially, that you have unlocked for DD3 and DD4. Doom, once you unlock him, you'll use him for your second. After you beat Dark Dimension 4 once, you'll use Doom to fight it the next 9 times to unlock your border around your face. Because I believe you have to beat it 10 times to get the final border. I'm on run number 4. And then you use Doom. He's the best character in Global. After you've unlocked him for Dark Dimension 5, he is the best character. Okay? These are all other characters you could use. Beast's great for healing, cleansing, defense up, health. Great character. Remember, you're just going to have to go... What you're going to do is you're going to take him to 13 to do Dark Dimension 2. Then you're going to take him to 14 to do Dark Dimension 3. Then you're going to take him to 15 for Dark Dimension 4. You'll take him to Gear Tier 16 for Dark Dimension 5. These 2 and Capsam, they do the skill nodes and Doom raids. I use Emma in the mutant nodes and Doom raids, and I use Ghost in the tech nodes and Doom raids. So they're used in multiple places, and they are best in slot for these things. Essentially, all around. They are the best in slot. Characters. Now you can plug in some of these other characters and get it done. You've seen how I got it done here with these characters. A lot of people will say Sinister is just key, but to me he's really fallen off. And unless he's one of the 4 horsemen, I don't plan on investing in him on my free-to-play account. So his minions suck. Flat out, they suck. If you don't clone, like, you have to clone characters like Shuri so you can get the defense up from her. Because if you clone Shuri and hit someone, the damage is puny. You clone Cap Sam and hit someone, the damage is puny. Okay, the clones suck. Straight up, they suck. So you want to clone somebody that actually has an effect like offense up, defense up, a heal, something like that. You don't want to clone somebody for damage because they just suck. And that's why I don't like Sinister. His clones are junk, essentially. But he is a good healer. Great character. Alright, so I'm going to try to stay on topic. This is best in slot for all the Dark Dimensions. Starting with Dark Dimension 3, you're going to want to go with these 2. Or, a combo of these. 3 of these characters is needed to start the nodes. Now let's move down here to Cosmic. These are if you really love Magneto and Polaris and Red Guardian. These all could be used in Dark Dimension 3, 4, 5. And you'll get through it. It's just, it would take a lot longer. They're not the most efficient, right? And if you truly love a character and you take them up to G16 and you max them out at 85, they're going to do wonderful things no matter what. It just might take you a little bit longer in those nodes. I don't see them not being able to do it, right? All right, Cosmic. So for Cosmic, I would say you want to go Cersei and Icarus, then Kestrel, then Silver Surfer. And for DD3, like I said, you only need 3 characters. And these 3, with Cersei, Icarus, and Kestrel, would probably just get it done by themselves, okay? I'd like to think anyway. The damage from these 2 is just, it's broken. It's way broken. And you can't use legendaries in DD4 Cosmic. So you'd use these 4 essentially as best in slot. And you'd throw in your Hela, your Proxima, your Thanos, your Minerva, your Gamoras, your Deathpool, your Yondu. These are other characters you could use if you chose to. They would do good in Dark Dimension. I theorized that Doctor Strange would do good. He has a revive. He has a heal. He has a flip positive effects, apply tons of negative effects thing going on. These 2 are just squishy. Other people say they're good, but they have no way to heal. They barrier, and once the barrier's gone, they're dead. So if you run these 2 for damage with these 3 for damage, there's no heal. There's no sustain. Cersei and Icarus have death proofs, defense ups, and self-healing. Kestrel starts with a defense up, as well as I believe she has a self-heal, and same with Silver Surfer. They can take care of their own. Whereas the Dad Bros, they hit hard and then they die. So they're not, in my personal opinion, recommended whatsoever. And in my opinion, they are used by other people, and people are successful with them. I don't use them in Doom Raids. I don't use them in anything except to unlock Adam Warlock and War. I use them in War. All right. And Fire Lavelle, I heard, is only good if you have other Infinity Watch members. Otherwise, she's squishy and just dies. Now, Deathpool is this great, great character. I didn't really build her because Miasma, it's a huge crunch. With Adam Warlock, Deathpool, Cloak and Dagger, several other characters that use Miasma. Just like, there's like 6 or 7 characters that use Miasma. And you're not going to have that much Miasma. So you're going to have to pick and choose what you're going to do here. And Deathpool, to me, just wasn't necessary, okay? So I don't use her. These ones will get you through, and it won't run you into a gear crunch. That's how I see it. Skill, these 2. Uru, Miasma. I don't know what this dude uses. Maybe Miasma. 2 Miasma, Uru, and this one's skill. So I think she uses Judas bullets or something like that. Some kind of bullets. That little armor pack thing with the shield symbol on it. So that's, you don't want to run into a gear crunch is what I'm trying to say. And these 4, with any other one of these Cosmic characters, are best in slot. And you can put any other one in. These 4 are the ones that are going to do the work. He'll do the legendary lane if you have him for DD4. Now, the legendaries, don't ever focus on them. You'll get them as you get them. The ones that you have will work. Pick your 5 favorite legendaries. 4 favorite legendaries is all you need. And you'll get it done. Okay, legendaries are going to get it done no matter what. It just might take you a little bit longer or a little bit less time. And I'll talk about that here in a minute. This is the team I believe I used back in the day for DD3 and maybe DD4. Pretty sure, yeah. I didn't do the whole Minerva thing. I've just recently actually finished starring her up and started bringing her up. She's a great character. She takes a percentage still. She has a revive. they just had her locked behind a paywall, and I learned how to play the game and have fun without her, so she's not a necessity. And I can beat every content without her, so. And they didn't get any of my money for her. That's what I'm proud of, so. Alright, these other characters are all optional. Obviously, you could use her with these two. She'd keep them alive probably, and they'd pump out damage. But then you wouldn't need Cersei, Icarus, Kestrel, Silver Surfer. You get what I'm saying? So, if you're going for them for damage, you know what I mean? You're going to want to put survivability around them. So you got to theory craft what you want to do. This is just best in slot, these 4, with any other character. That's not legendary. Now for City, this is the team I used. Now Dark Dimension 3, I used these 3 right here. Anti-Venom, Carnage, and Symbiote Spider-Man. And they did it just fine. At low star levels too, 3 or 4 stars. Now I know a lot of these War Store, and he's not farmable except for the milestone orbs. And he barely ever drops. So once you do get him, he's even at 3 stars, he's wonderful. Gear him up, you'll never regret investing into him. Same with Anti-Venom. Carnage, on the other hand, it's arguable. But I love Carnage. I got 7 red. I bought his 7th red. And I don't regret it. I bought his 6th red actually as well, I believe. And I'm going to take him to G16. These 3 did DD3. These 4 did DD4. Now in DD4, I had these 3. And I didn't have no Alien Spore. So I brought my Night Nurse up to get into it. Because you needed 4 characters to start the node. My Night Nurse died after 1 hit. These 3 would get some hits in, and then I would die. Eventually, my Scream unlocked, and I just blew through it. These 4 right here just destroyed DD4 like cake. I'm talking like a hot knife through anything is how good they destroy it, okay? These 4 right here. But it's a lot of Alien Spores. Now, once further testing has come around, a mix and match of these 2 teams might be more plausible because you got Oz Formula for 4 of them, an Alien Spore, and 5 Alien Spores. So you can do a mix and match. You don't want to go all Alien Spores, just like you don't want to go all Miasma. Okay? That's why I'm saying these 3 are the 3 you should focus for Dark Dimensions. Best in slot currently. Once there's some testing behind these characters, this guy's no good unless he's on the Web Warriors. He adds crit to Web Warriors, and that's all he does. Damage and adds crit to Web Warriors. You can't put him over here for Venom. He's not going to give these guys crit or nothing. He's just going to do damage, okay? So, I mean, you could, and maybe it would work. I don't know, but I don't think that their passives help him. I don't think. I don't know. You'll have to look. Because I think it's symbiotes. Like, heal symbiotes when you spread negative effects, or when you apply negative effects, heal symbiotes. He's not a symbiote. He's a Web Warrior. And he applies crit to Web Warriors, so they have to be in a team. You can't do a mix and match. So either you're going to do an Oz Formula crunch or a Alien Spore crunch. That's your 2 choices, really. You're probably going to get Scream, Venom, and Anti-Venom would be your priority out of the War Store over Carnage. And those 3 will not, I don't think they're going to get it done. It would take a long time anyway. They would do it eventually, yes, but I just think it would take a really long time. She applies slows and disrupt, and at 151,000, she's like a 2-shot victim. She gets hit and she's down. He brings her back. She applies slow and disrupt. She's down. He spreads negative effects, ability blocks, applies bleeds. Again, he's not that great, but he's better than her. He at least heals himself and applies defense up to everybody. So he's an awesome character. What I would recommend starting out now for DD4 and DD5 City would be Shang-Chi. You can't use legendaries. I would say Anti-Venom, Multiple Man, Shang-Chi would be the 3 I would focus for DD3, DD4. Shang-Chi, Multiple Man. Because that's Alien Spores. I don't know what this dude uses. And Shang-Chi uses not a ballistic weave. He uses the gray one. I can't think of what it's called right now. But it's totally different, mini unique. So you can invest into him without worrying about that gear crunch. He might be the only one that uses it, honestly. Cloak and Dagger, I can't get him. I can't farm him. I'm not investing into him. Maybe someday I'll level him up. But I'd rather level up characters I love than these 2. You know what I mean? I like Winter Soldier more than I like these 2. And he sucks. So there's people out there that say they're great, but they take lots of miasma. And by the time you get to the city in DD4 and DD5, you're not going to have any miasma left. Okay? So they're going to be your least likely. I guess you could focus them over, your other characters that need miasma. And then substitute. That's something you got to manage. For me, though, starting out my free-to-play, Moon Knight, Anti-Venom, Multiple Man, Shang-Chi, and Night Nurse would probably be my 5. And just because it's not cost-intensive, honestly, for DD3, DD4, DD5. I don't know how they do in DD5, but I theory crafted this team together, and in theory, this might be the best team for City in DD5. Negative effects, heals, tons and tons of damage. He pops out multiple characters, 5 of them with taunt. I think it's 3 with taunt, and then he can summon more with offense and counter. And when they're hitting those minions or those summons, they're not hitting your main characters. And he's healing you, stealing negative effects from the enemies, putting them all over your characters here. At least he puts 2 to other characters. If they were symbiotes, they'd get all positives. Instead, he's just going to give them each 2 positive effects each time he uses that move. That's still insane, right? 2 positive effects to each person. And then just keep him alive to do damage. You'll be all right. I think this team might be the best team in theory. I haven't tested it. I can't test it. And there's no backing. I'm never leveling these characters, so I don't advise you do either. They're not farmable. And once they do become farmable, I've already invested in my other characters. I'll continue to invest into them. They can just ride the bench. But there's people that swear by them too. They also spend hundreds, thousands of dollars. This is the legendary team for the legendary nodes. Now bear in mind, Dark Dimension 4, you only need 4 legendaries. And then Dark Dimension 5, you're going to need 5. This is the team I used. This is the best in slot team, and this team will get it done, but it takes several attacks. Even at the power level you see here with high red, yellow stars, they still struggle. They die. You fall apart. You have to go in there day after day after day. I'd say it's probably a good solid 2 weeks with this team to win it. That's at full auto. If you actually play the nodes, you could probably do better, but I just throw it on auto. I'm on my 4th run through. I just throw it on auto. I think my best time was 42 days for the whole DD4. So, but for the city nodes, DD2, I'm using Moon Knight if I need to. If Cersei and Icarus just blow through it, I don't have to invest into him, but I'm going to because he's my favorite character, my free-to-play, and Shadowlands is wonderful. Honestly, she'd be a good investment if you're not taking Web Warriors as city. Now, if something comes out with Web Warriors are the best in slot, I'd go after them in a heartbeat. Don't put your Oz formula in her, put it in these guys. 4 Oz formula and 1 alien spore is better than 5 alien spores, right? And these characters, well, they're not farmable, so I can't see them being best in slot. And if you come after their release methods here, we don't have Cersei and Icarus, we don't have Moondragon, we don't have Silver Surfer, we don't have Web Warriors anywhere. None of these characters are going to be farmable for years. We literally just got Anti-Venom in the War Store, right? We just got Symbiote Spider-Man at the end of Doom War Chapter 4, and he's an essential city character for any new player. It's broken system, and Cloak and Dagger, they're still not farmable. This is not a viable team for Dark Dimension, in my opinion, because you're never going to be able to farm them. So if you're spending money, let me know how they do. Otherwise, this is not the team for Dark Dimension. Maybe 2 years from now it will be when they finally become farmable. Who knows with Scopely, right? So I'd go these 3. And drop Carnage if you have to for whichever one of these other ones you get. Because you can't farm 2 characters out of the War Store. So they will start up on their own from random orb drops and stuff. Go that route. Otherwise, you know what I mean. I'd definitely go Anti-Venom, Shang-Chi, Night Nurse, Symbiote Spider-Man, Carnage. That's my thoughts. Comment, like, subscribe. Let me know what you think, what you're using. The best in slot teams here are the ones you're going to want to use. This is going to work for Doom Raids. It's going to work for Dark Dimension. Doom Raids, Dark Dimension. Some of these other characters are going to plug in Doom Raids, obviously. You don't have to rush Dark Dimension. It's the hardest game mode. It's the in-game content, like Doom Raids. DD5 is the hardest in-game content, or should be. And everybody's complaining like, I haven't even been able to start it. Dude, it just came out. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. All right, much love. Stay healthy. We'll see you in the next one.